I took the Molly, yo, I remember it was a concert. Me and my brothers, actually Gunna ass had got locked up, and so he gave me his ticket. It was Meek Mill and
Diddy.
Rick Ross. No,
No.
no what? It was a Meek Mill and Rick Ross concert here at JPJ, and me and Littles, we took some Molly before we went to concert. When I tell you, nigga, you couldn't tell us that I want Rick Ross and he won't Meek Mill, nigga, we was having a time.
That was
And that shit is crazy because it feels like what it is like you would take it and then it'll just, it doesn't work its way up. It's just like, bam, I'm here. And now you like, say the music, say you listen to something, you vibing with something, and that shit hit you. And it's like, yeah, oh, shit. That shit, right, yo. Nigga, that shit, oh, it's here now. It's on.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and then the music just feels so fucking good. Everything just feels so good. And I was like, this is too good to be true.
For real.
I said, yo, so I probably did it like four or five times, and I was like, I'm done. Because it's just too good to be true. Like,
Oh, really?
I know this is not right. I know this is a fucked up thing.
I shouldn't feel like this.
I shouldn't feel this good. Yo, music and shit feels so good. Like,
Is that the drug where like even when you touch things it feels great? Like people always say like I thought it was Molly where like just sense of touch.
yeah,
like-
I think it fuck with your senses.
Like people like to touch things
Yeah.
like different textures and fabrics and shit.
I think, but I don't know. That
Okay.
wasn't specifically for me. I feel like that would be more like for shrooms.
Mm.
Yeah, shrooms, like now everything. If you having a good trip, everything is lovely. Everything. Everything.
So you have done
everything.
shrooms too?
Yeah, I done shrooms before. And I like shrooms.
For real?
Yeah.
When was the last time you done them?
Probably a few years now.
Oh really?
Um,
I have thought about it, but I don't think so.
man, I believe if you're in a good headspace
Yeah.
in your life, you're good. But if you're in a fucked up headspace, cause I done had a bad trip, and I done had one bad trip, and I done had plenty of good trips.
Mm.
And my good trips were really dope. The first time I took it with a girl that she had been doing it, and she had told me, she was like, hey, I'm letting you know, like, you want to go out, because I wanted to go to the NCAA. It was March Madness.
Mhm.
Everybody was at B-Dubs. First and foremost, red flag. Don't ever fucking do no shrooms and go to a March Madness, because everybody energy is different. You play off people's energy. And she's like, yo, you really want to go there? I was like, yeah. She's like, all right, I'm going to let you go there. We're going to go. She said, but listen. She gave me a whole disclaimer.
But listen.
She said, listen, everybody's not going to be where you're going to be. She said, remember, there are cell phones. Remember, there are people watching you. You know, you could be tweaked out. She said, I just want to give you this disclaimer. I said, all right, fuck it, take me. So I took the shit. Boy, we was driving down 29. The lights, the stop lights was like I was in a video game. That shit was in like Mario Karts. And again, I was like, yo, slow down. Slow down. But I was having a good time. I wasn't nervous. It was like I was in a game. So then we finally get to B-Dubs. I get to B-Dubs. We walking around. Boy, it's on my ass. That shit is wearing my ass out.
For real?
But I'm having a good time. And then I started walking up to people, talking to them. And I seen two homies of mine that was sitting with a girl that I just dealt with a week ago.
Mhm.
I'm looking at the joint. I'm watching the game. They are really watching the game. Me in my head, I'm thinking they being funny. I look, because the girl that I used to deal with was right there. I said, y'all ain't got to be quiet because I'm here. They looked at me like, nigga, what are you talking about? Somebody was like, stop drinking. They didn't know. So I walked off. All right, I got out of there. I went back to my homegirl, seen her. She had on some red Adidas shoes.
Mhm.
Them shits looked fucking funny as hell to me. They looked like bowling shoes. Nigga, I started crying laughing. She like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, yo, shoes. Them shits is fucked up. She like, yo, you're tweaking. Now she catching on because she knows me.
Oh.
She like, oh, this nigga's on something. She, what you about to say? So look, she's like, this nigga's on something. So she says, let me get my phone. Phone, trigger word. It's time to go.
Yo, what is it about phones?
That's what
Yeah.
that's what the girl said. She said people have phones, meaning they will record you tweaked out.
Oh, I thought it was something about the phone that
No.
will.
Like, yo, listen, people have phones now, bro. Like, you don't need to
Got
be
you.
here. She already told me that. You don't need to be here. You're gonna be high. This is my first time.
Oh, this is your first
Very
time.
first time.
Oh,
I'm
my
around people and fucked up energy because everybody, some people rooting for North Carolina, some people rooting for whoever else was playing. It's a fucked up and tight, tense environment.
Man.
So I look at her. As soon as she say phones, I went and found the girl. I'm like, listen, we gotta go. Left, went to her house. Nigga, before I knew it, I was in my boxers and a t-shirt. And I was walking around, and I put on my uncle, he a reggae artist, Mighty Joshua. I put on his music, and I'm walking around through the house, and I'm looking at my hands like, damn, my hands look like my dad's. Then I'm looking at her. She's on the fucking ground, stretched the fuck out, doing poses, yoga poses and shit. And she's like, just lay down on the ground with me. Well, I'm in my drawers and a t-shirt, and I'm laid on the ground like, ooh.
Damn.
Shit feels so good. Boy, I was vibing. Yo, that shit was hilarious, bro.
And that was your first time?
That was my first time. And then there was a few other times. There's some good stories too. But my second, my first trip, bad trip. I went and I did it at a fucked up environment. So we just found out my homeboy had cancer. And so we had all got a house. Everybody, it was my other homeboy birthday. So we all rented like a big cabin, everybody there, whatever the case might be. We do the shrooms. My brothers is in there drunk, aggressive, arguing with each other. My homeboy, like I said, I just found out he had cancer. So, all of this shit is going through my head. And I had just got to fighting with Buck the day before. We got the tussling, but I'm like playing around. But that shit felt like a real fight. Like Buck was going 120 on me, trying to get me. He just started lifting weights. Nigga thought he was strong. So he went 100. Bro, I had to fight him in the shop.
Damn.
Anyways, let's move on past that. So the next day, bro, I'm sore. So I'm off the shrooms. I see my homeboy going through what he going through. My brothers and them is arguing. I'm fucking tense and sore from the day before. And I always remember Ray told me, he said, if you throw up off shrooms, just know you in for a ride. And I went to that bathroom, felt like I had to throw up. Bro, I went to that bathroom, didn't get to shut the door, threw up. All of a sudden, I sat down on the floor and fucking like a bag of bricks was weighing my body down, and I couldn't get up. And I'm looking at the sink, and I was so thirsty, and I wanted some water, but I couldn't. And I had left the door open, and I'm like, I gotta get to the door. I gotta shut the door because I can't let nobody see me like this. Ain't nobody ever seen me like this. It take me like, I don't know if it really took me 5 minutes or if it really took me 5 seconds, but it felt like at least 5-10 minutes to crawl to that door, shut the door. I'm sitting at the sink now, like I'm so fucking thirsty, but I don't have it in me to get up. And I'm just staring at the sink like, oh, I gotta get this shit. So all of a sudden, I finally crawl, bro. I'm talking about dragging my feet and crawl up to the sink and pull everything I got. I felt like my body was shutting down. Like I said, I was sore. My homeboy had been going through it. Everything was fucked up. I get up under the joint. I started drinking the water, and after I started drinking the water, it started bringing me back. And finally, I felt like I was in that bathroom for like 45, 50 minutes. And I went into the room, and I was like, yo, I just got to, it went away. And I was telling some of my peoples there, I was like, yo, I just had a fucked up trip. Like, that shit was